Yeah, here it is. Vodeo Games staff become first unionized game studio in North America. Organization says it will represent all eligible staff across all roles, including contract workers. So this came out of nowhere, really. Because they're a small studio, so unless you like played their games, you probably never heard of them, and I'd never heard of them. So I was kind of taken by surprise. I always thought that it was gonna end up being something like Activision that led the charge on that, but nope. Today, leadership from Vodeo Games has formally recognized the formation of Vodeo Works. It's a weird name, Vodeo, because it's just tripping me up because I want to say video when I see it. Vodeo Workers United to become the first certified game studio union in North America. Yeah, that's good shit. The union, which was formed with the Communication Workers of America, they've been doing a lot of great work reaching out to game developers. They're a big part of the strike fund and organizing efforts going on at Activision Blizzard, too. The union, which was formed with the Communications Workers of America, says that it will represent all eligible employees across the entirety of job positions, those who are remote, contractor, and working throughout the U.S. and Canada. Quote, all workers deserve a union and a say in how their workplaces run, no matter where they work, what their employment status is, or what kind of conditions they work under, said Vodeo Games producer Miriam LaChapelle. We have been inspired by the growing worker organizing in the game industry and hope we can set a new precedent for industry-wide standards that will better our shared working conditions and inspire others to do the same. The formation of the union follows a growing push for better work conditions throughout the year. In October, the International Game Developer Association Satisfaction Survey saw a jump in union participation. Last week, Washington Post reported that Activision Blizzard staff are working with the Communication Workers of America with the intention of forming a company-wide union. Yeah, this is great. And this response from the company is a very big departure from the kinds of responses you would expect to see, like the response that you saw from Activision with here's the Polygon article I was looking for. The response that you saw from Activision when it came out that there were unionization efforts underway was one of trying to stoke fear. It was like, beware the consequences. You won't be able to work out special deals with us behind the scenes, even though they haven't been able to do that anyways. So I mean, yeah, it's just good to see that this company, saw unionizations happening and like encouraged it and like stepped away from the efforts and instead of trying to step in the way of them. With voluntary With voluntary recognition from Vodeo management, Vodeo Workers United will not have to force a National Labor Relations Board vote. That's the other thing. Because the management at Vodeo was cool about it, instead of trying to, block it, they didn't have to go through the National Labor Relations Board. The group will soon begin contract negotiations that ensure fair, equitable workplace and to lock in benefits they already have, like 4-day work week. Now it's so fucking sweet that they already have a 4-day work week, man. Oh god, what if we could make that an industry standard? If game industry unionization really blossoms and expands throughout a broader scope of the industry, and you see things like wages that are competitive with other wages, other software development adjacent wages, and you see better working environments, and you see a standardization or closer to a standardization of a 4-day work week, I'll tell you what, I'm going back into games. I'll do it. Don't tempt me, man. I'll jump right back in there. That sounds sweet. 4-day work week would be so nice. This would be day 1 of a 3-day weekend if that were the case. Vodeo Workers United is now the first officially recognized video game studio union in North America in the year 2021. God, what a shitty country this is, man. It took 2021. In North America, I wonder what... Let me see if there's like a list. The video game industry has seen increased momentum towards unionization with video game studios abroad. like Paradox Interactive workers. So that's exactly what I was looking for. Okay, so Paradox Interactive workers in Sweden, Nexon workers in South Korea. So those, I guess, are two examples of non-American game unions. These seem pretty recent too, though, so it's not like this is super established. Hey, better late than never, I suppose. With video game studios abroad, like Paradox Interactive workers in Sweden and Nexon workers in South Korea, forming workers groups. Collective bargaining and union efforts have also ramped up in North America over the past few years, as studios began to reckon with the accusations of workplace misconduct and unfair conditions. Game director Chris Floyd said Vodeo workers were focused on creating fair conditions at a studio where they love to work, but also to be an example to workers at other companies interested in unionizing. We're looking at the wider industry, and all of us are aware of how necessary these kinds of steps are for our industry, Floyd told Polygon. Looking around, it's just really obvious. I don't know why I gave him that voice. Let's see. Code CWA campaign lead Emma Kinema told Polygon that union organizing and workers' rights are not goals that are at odds with loving your work and wanting to make amazing video games or being proud of your studio. Yeah, it actually works in that direction. Towards that direction, rather. She points to Vodeo as an example of that. They're not organizing because there's some big scary boss like Bobby Kotick or someone. Oh man, he's really become like the standard boogeyman in the game industry now, and rightfully so. They're organizing because they care so much about the work they do, and they want more of a say over how it's done, the conditions in which they work to actually make those games they care about. You see, that's the thing, like, you should always be working to, like, improve and grow equity. And somehow in America, we got into this place where improving and growing equity, you know, as a country is the antithesis of what we stand for. Like, we got to like the 1980s and then just decided that this was the best it was ever going to be. You know, progress in other areas be damned. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked what I said, what Justin said, if you like the content we're providing, if you had any kind of laughs at all, even if you hate us, if you hate my guts, if you want to stab me, if you want to say all sorts of horrible things to me, cool. Like the video, subscribe, you'll get fed all sorts of shit you'll probably hate, and if you like us, you'll get fed all sorts of shit you probably like. So, please, and thank you.